Alright, so first of all, let's have a look at the homework of some of the questions. Questions, most of you haven't done them correctly. Okay, part 1, question 4. Okay, Joanne can't quite read the board in her math class. She writes down the equation she reads on the board as 3x minus 7 equals 38. She correctly solves the equation she wrote down, but is surprised to hear the teacher says the answer is 6 less than the answer she found. When she asks the teacher to check her work, the teacher says Joanne copied the coefficient of x incorrectly, but copied everything else correctly. What should the coefficient of x have been? Okay, any thoughts here? Okay, so according to Joanne's answer, 3x minus 7 equals 38. Therefore, x equals 15, right? And the teacher says the answer is 6 less than the answer she found. So the correct answer is, let's say the correct answer is x prime. X prime is 6 less than the answer she found, which means that's 15 minus 6, which is 9, right? And the original equation is some coefficient times x prime minus 7 equals 38. Remember that coefficient of x is copied wrongly, and everything else is correctly. So we need to find the coefficient a, right? So that means 9a minus 7 equals 38, which gives us 9a equals 45, and a equals 5, right? Therefore, the correct coefficient of x is 5. Did you get it? Okay, next one, question number 8. Find y if you have an equation like this. Okay, one variable and one equation. Let's simplify this. Separate the constants and the variable y will give you the value of y, right? So first of all, we can multiply both sides using number 5, because 5 is the common denominator. So that gives us 15 minus 8 minus 2y equals 10 y minus 9, right? And then expand everything gives us left side is 15 minus 8 plus 2y equals the right side is 10y minus 90, right? And we can move the positive 2y to the other side. That gives us 8y equals, then move the negative 90 to the left side, which becomes positive 90, right? Therefore, we have 8y equals 97. So eventually we can solve y is 97 over 8, right? Any questions? Alright, if not, let's see the next one. Find all values of x such that 1 over x minus 1 plus 2x over x minus 1 equals 5. Okay, first of all, let's check if x can be 1. If x is 1, you will get 0 as a denominator. This is not acceptable in real number set, right? So x is not 1. If x is not 1, we can multiply both sides using x minus 1, right? So this is okay. First of all, we can combine the left side to 1 plus 2x over x minus 1 equals 5. Then multiply both sides using x minus 1 gives us 1 plus 2x equals 5 times x minus 1. So this gives us 1 plus 2x equals 5x minus 5, right? Therefore, if you move 2x to the other side, that becomes negative 2x. So we have 3x equals 1 plus 5 gives us 6, right? Therefore, eventually we'll have x equals 2. So the final solution is x equals 2. Okay, any questions? No? All right, then let's see question number 13. Okay, again, this time you are given a equation 3r squared plus r equals the right side, which is 27 plus 3r minus 2r. Okay, again, first of all, you need to simplify this equation by combining the like terms. 3r squared cannot be cancelled with anything else, so just copy that here, and we can move r to the right side. That becomes negative r, right? So 27 plus 3r minus 2r minus r. So this gives us 3r squared equals 27, and r squared equals 9, right? So if you are given r squared equals 9, remember there are two possibilities. Do not forget r could be either positive or negative 3, right? I can see some of you only give answer positive 3, you forget the negative 3, right? Because negative 3 squared can also give you 9, right? So there are two solutions to this equation. Any questions? All right, if no questions, next one is number 17. Question asks you to find what values of x can satisfy this equation. Okay, first of all, apparently x cannot be 0 or negative 1, right? So the original equation is equivalent to, well, this symbol means equivalent, which means the new system is the same way as the original one. Both of them have the same solution. So first of all, we know x cannot be 0, right? And x cannot be negative 1. Otherwise, you will have 0 as denominator. And in that case, we can multiply both sides using x times x minus 1, x plus 1. So that'll give us x equals x times x plus 1, which is actually x squared plus x, right? And this is equivalent to say, first of all, x cannot be 0, and x cannot be negative 1 either. And we can cancel x here, so this means x squared is 0, right? If x squared is 0, this is to say x must be 0. And apparently x equals 0 and x does not equal 0 cannot happen at the same time, right? So if you want to find the common solution of these two expressions, that is impossible. Therefore, we don't have any solutions. Therefore, we say no solutions for the original equation. Did you get it? No such x can satisfy the original equation. Any questions? Okay, good. So that's basically part 1. So do you have any questions regarding part 1? Kevin, Sunny, Jacob, Ben? Any questions regarding part 1?
No.
Okay, thank you. Other students? Alright, if not, let's move on to the next part. Okay, question number 1. 5r to the power 4 plus r equals 80 plus 3r minus 2r. Remember, always try to simplify the equation as much as possible, right? So we can move the plus r to the other side. Once you move it to the other side, positive r becomes negative r, right? So that means the original equation is equivalent to 5r to the power 4 equals 80 plus 3r, so minus 2r minus another r, right? Therefore, we can cancel 3r minus 2r minus another r, which means r to the power 4 equals 16, right? Apparently, you have a solution r equals positive 2, because 2 raised to the power 4 will give you 16, right? But do not forget, r could also be negative 2. So we have two solutions there. R could be either positive 2 or negative 2, right? Because once you raise negative 2 to the power 4, you will also get positive 16, right? Any questions? No? Okay, then let's see the next one. Question number 3. Okay, once you have an equation like this, there are decimal numbers in the denominator position. Usually we don't like that, right? So one possible way to eliminate the decimal denominator is to multiply the common factor, least common multiple of these two numbers. And apparently we can simplify that by multiply both sides using 100, right? Oh, sorry. Uh, Another way to do this is you can rewrite decimals using fractions. So 0.5 is 1 over 2, right? And 1 minus x over 0.04 is actually 4 over 100, right? And we know 4 over 100 is 1 over 25. Therefore, actually, that's equivalent to 1.2 minus 2 times x minus 2, right? Divided by 1 over 2 is equivalent to multiplied by 2. And divided by 1/25 is equivalent to say that's 1 minus x multiplied by 25, right? Divided by something is equivalent to multiplied by its reciprocal. So that's 25 times 1 minus x. And if you don't want to do this, you need to multiply both sides using, for example, 1 over 100. That'll also do, right? To both sides. Okay, then let's simplify this equation. This is equivalent to 1.2 minus 2x plus 4 equals 25 minus 25x. And then let's combine the like terms. We can move the negative 25 to the left side and anything else to the right side. This gives us 25x minus 2x equals 25 minus 1.2 minus 4, right? So that means 23x equals 19.8, right? So x equals 19.8 over 23, and we can simplify that to 198 over 230, and simplify to 99 over 115, right? Any questions? Any questions? No? Okay. So let's see the next one. My brother is 3 times as old as I am. 5 years from now on, he will be twice as old as I am. How old I am now? Okay, you're trying to find how old you are, so we can let x denote or be my current age. Here the unit is years. Then, according to the given information, we know my brother is 3 times x years old, right? Now, then we have 3x plus 5 equals twice of x plus 5, because in 5 years you will become x plus 5 years old, and your brother will become 3x plus 5 years old, right? In that case, 3x plus 5 equals twice of x plus 5. So we need to solve this equation, which gives us 3x plus 5 equals 2x plus 10, which basically means x equals 5. So what is the meaning of x? X denotes my current age, therefore you can conclude my current age is 5 years old, right? Okay, any questions? Okay, if you want to use any letter that is not given to you, always remember to express its meaning explicitly. So for example, in this question, if you want to use x, you need to say the meaning of your x, right? In my case, x denotes my current age. So once you solve x, you solve my current age, right? Okay, if not no questions, let's see the next one. Number 6. Denominator of fraction is 7 less than 3 times of the numerator. If the fraction is equivalent to 2 over 5, what is the numerator of the fraction? Again, we can use the letter x to denote the numerator. So let x be the numerator of the fraction. Then according to the given information, we have x is the numerator. Denominator is 3 times x and 7 less, right? And this fraction equals 2 over 5. Again, you have a equation in terms of x. So we can solve this equation by using the cross multiplication, right? So this means 5x equals 2 times 3x minus 7. Remember that? And 5x equals 6x minus 14, and x equals 14. And do not forget to verify your result by inserting x equals 13 back to the original equation. You need to check whether the denominator is 0 or not. If you get a 0 denominator, that's not acceptable, right? So apparently when x equals 14, 3x minus 7 is not 0, then we can accept that solution. So if x equals 14, we know the numerator is 14, right? Because x, the meaning of x is the numerator of that fraction. So we could conclude the numerator of the fraction is 14, right? Did you get it? Any questions? Okay, if not, let's have a look at the next one, number 8. A bag containing some wedges weighs 81 kilograms. When 2 of the wedges are removed, the weight of the bag of wedges drops to 73 kilograms. The bag weighs 1 kilogram when empty. How many wedges are left in the bag? Okay, so according to the given information, we can easily find the weight of a widget, right? Because the weight of a widget is simply 81 minus 73 over 2, right? The difference of the two weights is actually 2 wedges, right? You see that? Therefore, we know the weight of a wedget is 81 minus 73 over 2, which is 8 over 2, which is actually 4. Of course, the unit is kilograms, right? Then we want to find the number of wedges left in the bag. So we could use a letter x, be the number of widgets left in the bag. We need to find the number x, right? According to the given information, we have 1, which is the weight of the bag, plus 4x, because the widget weighs 4 kilograms, right? Multiplied by x is the total weight of the widgets in the bag before you remove 2 widgets. So that equals oh, sorry. 4x is the weight of the wedges after you remove 2 of the wedges, right? So 1 plus 4x should equal 73. That means 4x equals 72 and x equals 18, right? Again, ask yourself, what is the meaning of x? X means the number of wedges left in the bag. Therefore, we can conclude there are 18 wedges left in the bag, right? After you removed 2. Any questions? No? Alright, if no questions, let's have a look at another word problem. Question number 10. 5 years ago, my grandfather was 5 times as old as I was. 3 years from now on, my grandfather will be 3 times as old as I will be. How old I am now? Again, you can use a letter x, be my current age, right? And the unit, of course, is years. And according to given information, 5 years ago, I was x minus 5 years old, right? And my grandfather was x minus 5 times 5 years old, right? According to given information. My grandfather was 5 times as old as I was. And 3 years from now on, I will be x plus 3 years old, right? And my grandfather will be 3 times x plus 3 years old, right? Because it says here, 3 years from now on, my grandfather will be 3 times as old as I will be, right? And we also know that 3 times x plus 3 minus 5x minus 5 equals 8, because 8 years has passed from 5 years ago to 3 years in the future, right? So the difference between the ages of my father equals 8. That gives us an equation in terms of x. 3x plus 9 minus 5x plus 25 equals 8. So basically you have 2x equals 28 or 26. Therefore x equals 13, right? So what is the meaning of x? X is my current age, therefore you can conclude I am 13 years old now, right? Okay, any questions? No? Okay, then next one, question number 11. We want to build a set of shelves. The width of the set of shelves need to be 4 times the height of the set of shelves, and the set of shelves must have 3 shelves in it. If there are 27 feet of wood to use to build the set of shelves, what should be the dimensions of the set of the shelves be? Okay, you can draw a diagram to illustrate the concept here. So basically you are building a shelf like this, right? There must be 3 shelves in it. So top shelf, shelf in the middle, and the bottom shelf. And it says the width of the set of the shelves needs to be 4 times the height of the set of the shelves. So suppose we use letter X be the height of the shelf. Of course, that unit is feet. So this length is X, right? And it tells you the width needs to be 4 times. So this length is 4x, right? And according to the given information, we have 72 feet in total. That means 4x times 4 plus 2x will give you 72 feet in total, right? So basically means 18x equals 72, right? Therefore, x equals 4, and the unit is feet. Therefore, you can conclude the height is 4 feet, and width is 4x. 4x is 16 feet, right? Any questions? All right, if not, let's have a look at the last one. Okay, two planes start out 2,800 kilometers apart and move towards each other, meeting after 3.5 hours. One plane flies at 75 kilometers per hour, slower than the other plane. What was the speed of each plane? Okay, again, you can draw a diagram to illustrate the situation here. So one plane has a speed v1, the other one has a speed of v2, and they are 2,800 kilometers apart and move towards each other, right? And it took them t equals 3.5 hours when they meet. So if we let one plane fly at v1 kilometers per hour, then the other plane flies at, let's say it's slower than the previous one. So y1 minus 75 kilometers per hour, right? And according to the given information, they are moving towards each other. So once they meet, the total distance to travel is v1 times 3.5 hours plus v1 minus 75, again, travel 3.5 hours, right? So total distance you travel equals 2800, right? Again, you have equation in terms of v1. Once you have solved v1, you can easily solve the other one, right? v2. Of course, v2 equals v1 minus 75. So basically we have 3.5 v1 plus 3.5 v1 minus 262.5 equals 2800. So we have 7v1 equals 3062.5, and we can easily solve v1 equals 437.5. The unit is kilometers per hour, and of course the other plane flies at v1 minus 75, which gives you 362.5 kilometers per hour, right? Therefore, you can conclude the speed of the planes are 437.5 kilometers per hour and 362.5 kilometers per hour respectively, right? Okay, any questions? Any questions to others? Other questions of the homework?
No.
Okay, then let's have a look at today's new contents, okay?